going to teach you how to use cospaces. With cospaces, you're automatically set up with a work plane. That's what you see here, and a camera. As you can see, the camera's floating. All I'm doing to move my work plane around is clicking and dragging. Click, hold, drag, move it around. To add objects to cospaces, you can choose from the library objects. Here's a man and a snake. And look at all this good stuff over here. You can adjust the size of your objects by clicking on the object. Click and drag on that icon. If you want to adjust the height above the work plane, click and drag on this icon. You can also adjust the rotation of the object on 3 different axes. You can turn on the rotation with that button to zoom out a little bit to see it again. Turn it off, turn it back on. I can pick any one of these axes and rotate my object. There are lots of different objects to choose from, so click around. 3D objects are slightly different. You have animated characters that you can add to your workplace, and you can make them larger. If you double click on an object, more options appear through the inspector. This is an animated character, so I can choose from built-in animated sequences. Nice dance moves, lady. This object can't be animated, but you can change the color. And you can change how much light gets through the object. You can also lock the object in place so that you can't move it like the other objects. You have building blocks that you can choose from. You can duplicate objects if you either right-click on them or double-click. To select more than one object, hold down Shift as you draw a box by clicking and dragging. Now I have both objects selected. I can change the size of both objects. I can move both objects. I can duplicate or group both objects. And I can continue to duplicate objects, making more and more of them. This will be especially helpful if you're making something such as a forest or a village. There's some graphics that you can use as text markers. This one works really well as a pond. Duplicating it a few times just to make it look kind of pond-shaped and not just like a bunch of circles. I can move around my workspace if I hold down the spacebar and pull on the work plane. I can pan around the work plane. If I don't hold the spacebar, I can just spin the work plane up and down and side to side. So if I want to go over here by this man, I can hold my spacebar, click and drag. There I am by the man. You can also click on the man and hit V. I'll get really close to him. Or I can hit C and I'll get a big look at the whole entire scene. If I want to turn off this grid, I hit S. Turn it back on, I hit S again. There are many other features of cospaces that you might want to play around with, including setting your environment. If you click here, you have the ability to choose from like a desert environment. Some of you may have a taiga. This would work well for a taiga. Of course, you'd fill it in with more of your own pictures and objects. You can also change the time of day and the weather conditions. To add your own 360 image, you click on the environment and then you upload your 360 photo. And you can add a sound to the background that plays over and over again. So in the rainforest, it might be Rainforest sounds, calm waterfall. A desert, you might hear wind, sand, camel noises.